Wait, where am I? I can't find myself. Where am I? Hold on. Annoying. 1 second. You can't see me. The webcam just flaked out. Anyways, I'm Skip Elsheimer. Welcome to the AV Geeks Lunchtime Streaming Show. It's very annoying that you can't see me. But let's go ahead and learn why we shouldn't take chances, courtesy of General Tire. Enjoy.
Don't let this happen to you. Every 3 seconds in the United States, someone is killed or injured. Of those that die, 1 out of every 3 dies in a traffic accident. Don't take a chance on tires that blow out. You don't even need a blowout to have a serious accident. On a perfect highway or city street, within legal limits, emergencies can always happen. That won't stop you in time. Today, you are faced with 2 developments that literally force you to demand better than average tire protection. More and more high-speed, high-powered automobiles, more and more traffic, traveling on more high-speed city thoroughfares and highways. Add to these 2 conditions the other great demands made on tires today. Within a tire lifetime, it must hold up the weight of a car, stand in snow till frozen, be driven at high speeds over highways so hot they'll fry an egg, jammed against curbs, plunged into sharp-edged chuck holes, spun, skidded in stone and gravel, mistreated some way every day. And yet, how important tires are. Here is a $5,000 automobile. Take away the tires, and what have you got? Nothing but a high-priced stationary engine. For a small percentage of the cost of the car, it becomes a luxurious means of personal transportation. But what do you know about tires? How much can you tell by looking at them, especially after they're on the wheel? We have safety checks for lights, for brakes, for horn. But the tires, the most important thing on your car as far as your safety is concerned, how do we check them? This one looks all right, a lot of tread still on it, but is it the kind of tread that will stop you quickly? How do you know there isn't a break inside there that might have come from a bump 100 miles ago? The kind of break that every time the tire revolves causes loss of air. This happens in tires that 2 minutes before looked perfectly all right. What is your best assurance against unseen tire trouble? Here it is, the General Nygen tubeless tire, the one perfected tubeless tire. And here is the famous 4-way protection you get only on these brilliant new masterpieces of tire engineering. First, protection against blowouts, because the new General Nygen tubeless tire is built with Nygen cord that is pound for pound stronger than steel cables, as shown in this test lifting a 22-ton truck. Second, protection against punctures with the exclusive General puncture sealing compound as shown in this cutaway of the tire. Next, this big exclusive, the safety pressure lock with this built-in O-ring that forms a leak-proof pressure lock at the rim when the tire is inflated like this, assuring no air loss. And fourth, quick stopping protection on dry or wet pavement with General's exclusive cross-tread squeegees for fast, straight-line stops, as proved in this dramatic test. First, the world's greatest stopping power. Here is a wide pavement reserved for this official test. 5 cars will come down it abreast, all the same make and model, and all being driven by test drivers. The only difference, one car is equipped with general tires, the other four with leading competitive tires, which we shall call A, B, C, and D. At the end of each test lane is the wooden cutout figure of a running boy, the kind sometimes used to mark school zones. The pavement has been wet to make it slippery. The signal to start. Here they come, picking up speed, till they are traveling near but not exceeding the legal limit. The signal for the brakes. Now watch. The one on generals came to a quick, straight line stop. The running boy in front of it was safe. The others were not so lucky. The car on tires A stopped just as it hit the boy. B tires ran over its boy. The cars on C and D tires knocked the dummies galley west. Of course, we all face emergencies when we have to drive fast. I say again, why take a chance on tires that will not stop you in an emergency? Now for a comparison of strength. Here comes a car cord ever developed for tires. As steel is made from iron, Nygen is made from nylon, processed by General to resist heat, stretching, bruising, or breaking. General Nygen tubeless tires have up to 50% tire test. Here's a concrete island with a 10-inch curve. We'll back up and hit it at 60 miles an hour. Going so fast, he went over a second island. A curve that high is like hitting an abutment. And yet you can see there is no sign of a break inside, even with that terrific series of shock pressure lock. And the fourth big safety feature you get with General Nygen tubeless tires, freedom from flats, with an exclusive self-sealing latex compound inside that seals holes as it rolls. Yes, all this famous four-way protection find exclusively in the one perfected tubeless tire, the General Nygen tubeless tire. Four-way protection so vitally important on today's high-speed highways, in today's high-powered cars. Think how much more protection you get for the little extra you pay for Generals. Ordinary tires have a safety factor of from 5 to 7. The General tire with Nygen cord has a safety factor of 16.8. 2 to 3 times the strength and protection of ordinary tires. Don't tell me I don't drive fast. Ordinary tires are good enough. Sure, they're good enough sitting in the garage. They may be even good enough at 35 miles an hour, if you're the only car on the road. But driving today isn't like that. If you're only doing 35 miles an hour and the other fellow's doing 35, and you meet head-on in a skid or blowout, you come together at the rate of 70 miles an hour, which is the same as driving off a 10-story building. Ever see a car go off a 10-story building? Well, we thought the object lesson would be worth it. No driver will go over with it. The stuntman will jump clear, leaving only an old IMO camera bolted to the hood, ready to shoot its last scene. The parking lot below has been cleared and roped off. Everything's ready. Let her go! Think of what might happen. Why take a chance? Peace of mind is worth a small difference in price. General Tires can save your life in an emergency.
So that setup of them driving a car off, there's no like shot from the street watching it fall, and I am very suspect of that footage of it going down. I don't think that's real footage. I think that they probably lowered it on a rope or something. I don't know. I am very... And there was a big splice there, so it's possible that that footage was there and somebody just clipped it out. So this was from the Nelsons, who were film collectors, and they bought a lot of things at yard sales, estate sales, thrift stores, and eBay, similar to me. And so it's possible they bought it from somebody who clipped out that awesome scene of the car. I mean, it's possible, but such a great setup and then no payoff. That bums me out. Anyways, my webcam is working now. Sometimes it just craps out. I'm not a fan of Elgato. That's kind of where I went. I was like, oh, this camera looks really good, but the software is really buggy, and sometimes I get really jerky because I have to reset the frame rate. Geeking out because that's what we do. Excuse me. Anyways, behind me I have a film scanner, and I found this film as we were schlepping some films around. I was like, oh, I haven't watched this. It's long, and it says, let's see what it says on it. It says 3 Superman cartoons. So let's see what these are. I'm guessing it's the Fleischer ones, but I don't know. Haven't seen it. So here we go. Here's the Superman reel. Enjoy.
No.
Thanks, Chief.
But, Lois. Chief, don't you think that's a dangerous mission?
I'm a reporter for the...
So, you want a story? I'll give you the greatest story of destruction the world has ever known. How is that for a story, Miss Lane?
True to his threat, the mad scientist, whose warnings have held the city in a grip of terror, went on his rampage of destruction on the stroke of midnight. The deadly impact of his mysterious ray smashed the famous Tower Bridge, hurling cars and pedestrians into the river below. The police have warned everyone to remain in their homes.
This looks like a job for Superman.
Superman! I don't believe it! He isn't human! Congratulations.
Gee, thanks to Superman. plane of the Daily Planet.
Clark Kent, Planet.
And in operation, this stabilizer is one of the most effective yet devised, representing an investment in years.
How'd you like to be making the test flight in this, Lois?
Maybe I will.
Fine chance.
Everyone off, please. Everyone off.
Come on, Lois. That's us. Say, by the way, Lois. Lois.
Now, nothing will interfere with voyage to Tokyo.
Help! Help! Japs are stealing the giant bomber. Hurry up!
Attention, all pilots. Giant bomber being stolen. Take off immediately.
Well-placed bomb will stop pursuit.
This looks like a job for Superman.
Where you are. Leave plane immediately, or girl will be released.
Okay, little man. You win.
Well, you're safe in this plane, Lois.
I'd feel much safer if Superman were here.
Dr. Jordan! Doc Jordan!
You deny poisoning Dr. Jordan, yet you admit these fingerprints are yours.
Yes, but you don't...
That's all.
Kent speaking.
Hello, Daily Planet. This is Dr. Wilson of the Egyptian Museum. I've just uncovered something that may free Miss Hogan.
Yes, Doctor. I've been feeling much better lately, but I'll be right over. I'll see you later, Lois. Doctor's orders.
Doc.
Dr. Jordan was the world's foremost student of hieroglyphics. Most of our priceless specimens were brought back by him, even the mummy of King Tush. Among his possessions, I uncovered this ancient Egyptian tablet and find it to be a secret curse of the tomb of King Tush. He who disturbs the eternal sleep of King Tush shall perish. This tablet may well be Miss Hogan's passport to freedom. Come with me, please. Over 3,000 years ago, the valley of the Upper Nile was ruled by an old and powerful king. He had been warring with the Lower Nile for many years, and just before the old king died, he called his son to him, a young boy of 12. He commanded his giant guards to swear an oath of eternal allegiance to the boy prince, to guard him constantly in this world and the next. Shortly after, the old king died. A youth of 12 now ruled the kingdom of 10 million people. But the boy was not fashioned for such responsibility, and being of a sickly nature, soon became ill himself. Never was a person attended more faithfully than this youth, yet he withered away and soon died. True to their oath of allegiance, each of the royal guards drank poison, so that they might continue to protect the spirit of their young king in the Valley of the Dead. Here in these catacombs, Dr. Jordan has reconstructed the burial vault exactly as he first discovered it in one of the pyramids. Working for years in absolute and frenzied secrecy, he finally duplicated an ancient mystic formula, which he called the fluid of life. Just before he was found dead, Dr. Jordan had inoculated each of the mummies of the giant guards. They were supposed to return to life, but somehow the test failed. Dr. Jordan was found here at the feet of King Tush. The rest you know. But what you don't know, Mr. Kent, and what I am equally certain of, is that Dr. Jordan violated the ancient warning by attempting to open the coffin of King Tush. Poisonous needle. That's how Dr. Jordan was killed.
Yes, and Miss Hogan is a free woman.
is one time I've scooped you, Lois.
Yes, lucky for you, I was hurt.
Incidentally, who told you I was at the museum?
My mummy done told me.
Voila. I'm sick of this fool masquerade. I shall be glad when I'm finished with my work here.
Captain, the submarine fleet commander is impatient for news of the American convoy.
He will be advised of its location shortly. To your posts. By still.
Lieutenant Fleming.
Miss Lane.
Yes?
Here, take these. Important papers. Destroy them.
American stubbornness. I give you just 10 minutes to remember what you did with those papers, or I will be forced to brighten your memory with fire. So
what?
Das ist genug.
I suppose Miss Lane's plane has reached the convoy by this time, hasn't it?
We'll know soon, Mr. Kent. We're scheduled to meet the convoy ourselves in a few hours.
That's fine.
How's that, sir?
I said that's... That's fine.
I warned you, Fräulein. Unless you talk, I will make no effort to interfere with these natives.
Oh, cut the comic opera stuff.
Very well. Gather. Even now, if you tell me the location of the papers, I can... I have them! Look! Your Yankee bravery was in vain! Hurry! Contact submarine fleet commander at once!
Jawohl.
Looks like they're having a party down there.
And us not invited. How do you like that?
What's that? It's Fleming's ship. Empty. I wonder.
Come in base 3X. Come in base...
There's locked alles und raus mit euch. You...
Come in base 3X. Come in base 3X.
Torpedoes 1 and 2 ready, Herr Kommandant. The War Department goes on to say that during this action, an entire fleet of Axis submarines was destroyed by American dive bombers, affording the troop ships a safe crossing.
On the mighty mission, praise the Lord and pass the ammunition, and we'll all be...
So, let me type this real quick. I'm still here. Here I am. Boop, 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 boop. So, that reel was incredibly problematic for a couple of reasons. One, they cut out, like, the titles. Whoever had this reel cut out the titles. The films themselves were faded red and scratched. They cut out the end. And also, you know, as of the time, a lot of animators were just running with racial stereotypes, pretty insensitive ones. There's these George Powell Puppetoons, which are amazing to see, the beautiful animation, but oh boy, when they have any person of color that's not Dutch, or it's just bad. So that's the problem. But in spite of that, the animation is beautiful. Fleischer Brothers did that for Paramount, and they also did Popeye, which is those early Popeye cartoons are so good. And then they also did Betty Boop, which is also really amazing stuff. And they did rotoscoping, where they would film somebody and then they would trace it. Really amazing animation work. Just unfortunately not very aware at the time, because that's the way it was at that time. So speaking of the past, let's watch this film, which is speaking English, talking about the past. Enjoy.
During this film, listen for sentences like these. Last Saturday morning, Colin went shopping. Colin paid for these things in cash.
He was here an hour ago. He had it then.
And sentences like these.
I've been here for about 5 weeks. Have you written your letter? He's lost a wallet.
Do you know what this is? It's a wallet. I keep money in my wallet. Pound notes and 10-shilling notes. My checkbook and my driving license. I look after my wallet very carefully because I don't want to lose the money and the other things in it. I always keep it here, in the inside pocket of my jacket. But Colin Groves, my visitor from New Zealand, always keeps his wallet here, in this pocket of his trousers. At least, that's where he always used to keep it. After what happened last Saturday, I think he now keeps it in the pocket of his jacket. This is what happened last Saturday. Last Saturday morning, Colin went shopping. First, he went to his bank to get some money. Then he went to this department store. A department store is a very large shop which sells all kinds of goods. Colin went to the shoe department first and bought a pair of shoes. Then he went to another department and bought a tie and a pair of socks. Colin paid for these things in cash. Lastly, Colin went to the tailoring department. He had ordered a suit about a fortnight before, and it was to be ready for him by last Saturday morning.
Are you quite satisfied, sir?
Yes, indeed. I'm very pleased with the suit. I'd be glad to take home a suit made in London.
When are you going back to New Zealand?
In about 3 weeks' time.
Have you been in this country very long?
I've been here for about 5 weeks.
Have you spent all your time in London, sir?
Oh, no. I've spent most of my time in London, but I've visited other places as well. As a matter of fact, I came back from a visit to Oxford only yesterday.
That must have been very enjoyable, sir. Now, how would you like to pay for the suit, sir?
Can I pay by check?
Of course, sir.
This suit costs £28, doesn't it?
That is correct, sir. Sure you will find it excellent value for the money.
I'm sure I shall. Here is my check.
Thank you very much, sir. Here is the receipt, sir.
Thank you.
Oh, sir! You've forgotten your other parcels.
So I have. Thank you for telling me.
Goodbye, sir.
Goodbye.
Colin went to a bus stop near the store to catch a bus and come home to my flat. I happened to be passing by in my car and saw Colin waiting for a bus. So I stopped and picked him up. Colin put his parcels on the back seat, got in beside me, and I drove away. While we were on our way home in the car, Colin pulled his handkerchief out of his pocket. The wallet came out with it and fell on the floor of the car, underneath the seat. I didn't know the wallet was there. Neither did Colin. When we got home, Colin took his parcels out of the car, but he didn't see the wallet. Mrs. Blake, the lady who cleans my flat, was at work in the sitting room when we arrived.
Good morning, Mr. Church. Good morning, Mr. Groves. I can see what you've been doing this morning. You've been shopping.
Yes, I've been buying some clothes and a pair of shoes.
Oh, would you like a cup of tea? I was just going to make some for myself.
Yes, please, Mrs. Blake.
Will you have a cup of tea, Mr. Church?
What's that, Mrs. Blake?
I'm making some tea. Would you like a cup?
Yes, please. Excuse me a moment, Colin. A letter has come from me that I really must answer at once.
Church said he wanted a cup of tea, didn't he?
Yes. Thank you. I think he's still writing a letter.
I'll go and tell him it's ready. I've poured your tea out, Mr. Church. It's getting cold.
Thank you, Mrs. Blake. I'm coming now.
Have you written your letter?
Yes. I'll go out and post it as soon as I've drunk this cup of tea. I haven't any stamps. Can you lend me one?
Yes, I can. I have some in my wallet. I wonder what I've done with my wallet. It's not in any of my pockets. I'll go and see if I put it down anywhere in my room. It's not in my room. I've looked everywhere and I can't find it.
I don't think it's in this room. We've looked everywhere and not found it.
How much money was there in it?
£35.
35 pounds? My word, that's a lot of money to lose. Why did you have so much money in it?
I went to the bank and drew enough money to pay for my suit and buy a few other things. But I didn't pay for the suit in cash. I paid by check instead. Well, that's why I had so much money left.
If it's not in this flat, you must have dropped it somewhere while you were out.
I'm sure I haven't dropped it anywhere. I always keep my wallet in this pocket where it's safe. It can't possibly have fallen out.
Then you must have taken it out and left it somewhere. Can you remember where you were when you last used it?
Yes, I was in the tailoring department. I remember taking it out of my pocket when I was going to pay for my suit. I expect I put it down and forgot to pick it up again.
Let's go straight back to the shop. I'll drive you.
That's a good idea. I do hope you find it. If I had £35, I wouldn't forget what I'd done with it.
Hello, sir. I didn't expect to see you here again so soon. I hope you found nothing wrong with the suit.
Oh, no. I've come back because I've lost my wallet. I think I may have left it here.
I don't think so. I should have seen it if you'd left it here. Well, was there much money in it?
£35.
Oh, dear. I do hope you get it back. Well, it certainly isn't here now, and I don't think you can have left it here. But I'll telephone our lost property department and find out whether it's been picked up anywhere else in the store. Jones here. I have a gentleman with me. He's lost a wallet. He was here an hour ago. He had it then. I remember seeing it when he paid for his suit. Oh, very well. Mr. Groves, did you go to any other department after leaving here?
No, I went straight out to the bus stop.
No, he went straight out to the bus stop. Thank you. I'm afraid no wallet has been handed in to the lost property department this morning.
I don't think I can have lost it anywhere else in the store.
Perhaps you may have lost it on the bus. You said you went straight to the bus stop when you left here.
As a matter of fact, I didn't go home by bus. The friend I'm staying with happened to come by in his car and he drove me home.
Perhaps you dropped it in the car. Have you looked in the car?
No, I haven't. We never thought of looking there. But I don't think I can have done that. You see, I always keep my wallet in this pocket. It couldn't possibly fall out.
Couldn't it, Colin?
Good heavens, you found it.
Yes, it was under the seat in the car. It must have fallen out of your pocket while we were driving home.
I'm very glad you've got it back, sir.
So am I.
All's well that ends well. Colin got his wallet back, and we all stopped worrying. Now, I want you to think about some of the things we said that morning.
Have you been in this country very long?
I've been here for about 5 weeks.
Have you been in this country very long?
I've been here for about 5 weeks.
This is one use of the present perfect, the has-have tense. To talk about something which like Colin's visit, began some time ago and is still going on now. But we very often use the present perfect to talk about something that happened completely in the past. Do you remember what happened in this room? A letter has come for me that I really must answer at once. A letter has come for me that I really must answer at once.
I've poured your tea out, Mr. Church. It's getting cold. I've poured your tea out, Mr. Church. It's getting cold.
It's not in my room. I've looked everywhere and I can't find it.
I don't think it's in this room. We've looked everywhere and not found it.
It's not in my room. I've looked everywhere and I can't find it.
I don't think it's in this room. We've looked everywhere and not found it.
I've come back because I've lost my wallet. I've come back because I've lost my wallet. Good heavens, you found it. Good heavens, you found it.
In all these examples, we have been interested in what has happened, and not in when the happening took place. Now, listen carefully.
I've spent most of my time in London, but I've visited other places as well. As a matter of fact, I came back from a visit to Oxford only yesterday. I've spent most of my time in London, but I've visited other places as well. As a matter of fact, I came back from a visit to Oxford only yesterday.
Notice the change from present perfect in the first sentence to past in the second sentence. Colin speaks of yesterday. The time in the past has become important, so he uses came. Let's have another example.
He's lost a wallet. He was here an hour ago. He had it then. He's lost a wallet. He was here an hour ago. He had it then.
The ordinary past tense is, of course, used time after time when one is describing events in the past, telling a story.
I went to the bank and drew enough money to pay for my suit and buy a few other things. But I didn't pay for the suit in cash. I paid by check instead. I went to the bank and drew enough money to pay for my suit and buy a few other things. But I didn't pay for the suit in cash. I paid by check instead.
Colin pulled his handkerchief out of his pocket. The wallet came out with it and fell on the floor of the car underneath the seat. Colin pulled his handkerchief out of his pocket. The wallet came out with it and fell on the floor of the car underneath the seat. And the lesson from that story is, don't keep your wallet and your handkerchief in the same pocket. Goodbye.
Excuse me. That's the only thing I got out of that film is don't keep your wallet and your handkerchief in the same pocket. I'd love showing that out of context and not really explaining what the point of the film was and let people kind of go like, what's going on? You know, I could say this is part of a British television show series. People go, oh my gosh. Yeah, anyways, that was teaching verb tense. That's what that was all about. With that, and so since it was adults, it might have been English as a second language series, teaching people who are not from the UK how to speak English. All right, thanks for tuning in today. Very much appreciate it. We'll be back again tomorrow, Tuesday, and we'll show you some more stuff. I love showing you films and love you guys' comments and watching them, so I appreciate that so much. And we'll see you tomorrow. If you like what you saw, you could hit the thumbs up, you can hit the like button, you can go to ko-fi.com/avgeeks or patreon.com/avgeeks. Those are great ways to support us, also via the super thanks button. But we will see you tomorrow. Everybody take care. Stay dry.